Welcome to Cruise1st Luxury Collections, and welcome to the Concierge Lounge, where you can take a seat, relax and let the world of luxury travel come to you. Cruise1st have been in the ocean travel business for over 25 years and have built up an unrivaled reputation for matchmaking incredible holiday experiences for their guests who like to enjoy all of the finer things in life. And this show is dedicated to opening up the opportunities of luxury travel and tailored journeying, seeing the world in true style, knowing that our friendly and experienced team of travel consultants is there by your side every step of the way. We'll bring the journeys to life for you and call on leading experts to get you the very best recommendations. Coming up in this edition, we're taking to the ocean wave with Oceania Cruises, taking you on small ship luxury ocean journeys, enjoying the finest cuisine at sea with a real focus on exploring the destinations in style and elegance, sailing with fewer passengers and enjoying the sheer second home feel on board their ships. Joining me to guide us through the myriad of offerings is Alex Farquharson from Oceania Cruises as we journey around the world, taking in Australia and New Zealand, a holiday season break in Southeast Asia, the magical Med, and a real taste of our own shores, all coming up in the next 60 minutes. But first, let's enjoy a small taste of life on board Oceania Cruises.
Experience the art of travel with Oceania Cruises, where every journey blends sophistication, comfort and discovery. Designed for travelers who seek both elegance and exploration, these luxurious mid-size ships provide an intimate atmosphere as they sail to the world's most captivating destinations. With expertly crafted itineraries, enjoy the freedom to explore deeper with extended stays and overnight visits, allowing you to immerse yourself in the culture, history, and flavors of each destination. On board, delight in the finest cuisine at sea, indulge in beautifully appointed accommodations, and savor personalized service that exceeds every expectation. So it's time to embark on a voyage where every moment is thoughtfully curated. From enriching cultural experiences to unparalleled onboard indulgence, each journey is a seamless blend of relaxation and discovery, leaving you with memories to treasure forever.
And a very warm welcome to Alex Farquharson from Oceania Cruises. And something I just learnt, Alex, off camera, is it must be good because you've been there for 15 years.
This is 15 years, yes.
So that's always a good start. And you've just celebrated your honeymoon on board as well.
I did, early part of last year, yes. Back towards the back end, I had 12 days on Vista, which was absolutely sensational.
Fantastic. So you've put your own money where your mouth is as well, which is always a good sign. So Oceania, for those people not in the know at all, give us a little taste, a little overview.
So we're an upper premium cruise line, an ultra premium cruise line, should I say. That's the best way to describe us. So with a heavy emphasis in three main areas, that would be staff and service, destinations, and the one thing most people tend to know about us is we're universally accepted as the cruise line for foodies. We have the finest cuisine at sea. Really, really spectacular. We do this across 7 ships at the moment, soon to be 8. We have 4 smaller ships that carry just 680 guests with 400 crew. 2 slightly larger ones, Marina and Riviera, they carry around 1,250 guests with 800 crew. And then we have our new ship Vista and her sister ship Allura, which will join us later on this year, actually. So those ships, again, around a similar size, carrying 1,200 guests with around 800 crew.
So I'm guessing, again, in the luxury cruise market that we're talking here, these are ships that could easily provide for many more guests, but
definitely
it's deliberately kept low, the occupancy, so that you have that feeling of space.
Oh, 100%, yeah,
attention.
100%. Marina and Riviera, for example, I mean, those ships could carry comfortably 2,200 guests, but we're carrying 1,200. So again, so larger staterooms, more space around, no queuing. Those are the sort of extra bits that really add into it, really, to be honest with you. They really are fantastic.
And also going to those kind of lesser known ports as well sometimes that not all of the, big commercial ocean liners are going into.
Well, exactly. I mean, take, for example, Bordeaux. When we're saying to you Bordeaux, we actually mean that we will, on 95% of our cruises, we will convey straight down to the river into the heart of the city, and you'll 100 steps from the nearest cafe, whereas the bigger ships, they'll be sort of a little bit further out of town, and then you may have to take a coach in. But again, with us, because we are on that smaller size, we are going to take you to those more off the beaten path ports of call, early morning arrivals, late night departures, overnight stays. That's what our guests are looking for, and that's what they're going to get more of from a cruise with ourselves.
Fantastic. And what are the inclusions that we can kind of take for granted as soon as we step on board?
So stepping on board, included for you speciality dining, so there's never any charge for any of our dining restaurants. That's all included. Soft drinks are included as well for you, so there's never any worries with that. Wi-Fi, which again is very important, particularly for me if you're wanting to catch up with the world. So Wi-Fi is guaranteed for 2 guests in each stateroom, and that's now all with Starlink, so ultra fast and really, really quick, really fantastic. And of course, gratuities now included for our guests as well, so they don't need to worry about tipping. The staff are absolutely fantastic as well, so they really enjoy it. So those are the sort of standard inclusions that you would expect. Room services included as well, obviously, and in-suite dining.
And it's quite nice sometimes, isn't it, the odd night, just to kind of take the night off, so to speak, and really indulge in that.
Oh, 100%. I mean, if you're lucky enough to get one of our penthouse suites, which come with full butler service, then of course, you can dine in suite course by course from any of our speciality restaurants. So if you fancy a meal in from Red Ginger, and like you say, you don't fancy making your way downstairs, you can just sit in your bathrobe and the guys will bring it into you and they'll serve it to you course by course. It really is fantastic.
And in terms of delving into the destinations, I guess you have a wonderful team on board who curate experiences where you're going as well.
100%. As I say, we are the cruise line for foodies, so we offer lots of different excursions that we have on board. We have our standard shore excursions. In around 95% of the ports that we visit as well, we have complimentary shuttle buses that will take you into town or to the nearest train station. So if you want to do your own thing, you can do that. We also do our healthy eating options as well. Healthy eating options. We have our wellness-inspired tours, should I say. So there's lots of different options for you there. We have, of course, the first and original cookery school at sea with Marina, Riviera, Vista and soon to be Allura as well. So we do culinary exploration tours as well for our guests. So there's lots of different choices for them.
Fantastic. Well, we've got lots to talk about then. Let's get you on one of these holidays. And just from the title of this, it sounds very, very tempting indeed. It's a luxury tropical harmony with Barbados stay. I'm ready. 12 nights, starts on the 20th of February next year. We fly first from the UK out to Bridgetown in Barbados. We start there with a 2-night hotel stay in Barbados, which, I mean, you can see from the pictures here, looks absolutely idyllic and beautiful. There are so many things that you can do while you are there. But I think really you're just acclimatising, really, aren't you, at this time of the year? And getting on for late February, what's the weather going to be like here in the UK? Well, I pretty much know the answer to that one. Pretty dark, pretty cold. And you've got a couple of nights to enjoy Bridgetown in Barbados before we join Oceania Insignia. And we're on board for 9 nights. So this is the regatta class for Oceania, Alex. Very, very grand surroundings. I love it. I love all the planting. I love how plush it all looks.
These regatta class ships are sensational, particularly Insignia. Well, all 4 of them are beautiful, but they've all been completely refurbished, so they are absolutely better than new. They used to invoke sort of a country house style feel on board, so there was lots of sort of your dark woods, heavy set drapery, etc. But now they really do give you sort of a private members club feel. You've got those beautiful plush leather sofas, beautiful colours all around, the staterooms as well. Every single stateroom has been completely refurbished from top to bottom. These ships are absolutely sensational. They're really beautiful.
And you do have, again, and this is something lovely in the luxury cruising market sector, you actually have quite a high ratio of the crew on board to the passenger as well. And that makes a real difference, doesn't it? That means that you've got, I guess it feels like you're a little bit more attended to, but you also have time to have real conversations with fascinating crew members on board.
I mean, we hire from the finest places around the world, we really do. Our staff are absolutely second to none. To my mind, they really do go above and beyond. It's friendly, unobtrusive service, the best out there for me anyway. Particularly when we're on board with Vista last year, we had incredible crew. We always have incredible crew wherever we're sailing to. But I remember from coming back from the honeymoon, my wife said to me, she said, I've never cruised before, but the first thing she was talking about was how incredible the staff were. So again, there's, particularly for Insignia, 680 guests, 400 crew, you won't be queuing for anything. There'll be no queues, but the service, as you say, will be second to none. It just means that we've got more staff around, as you were saying, to help you out and to take care of you.
And there's a lot going on in terms of entertainment as well, because I think some people think smaller ship, actually maybe there is less in terms of entertainment, but it's real full on, isn't it?
We still have lots of entertainment on board, of course we do. For the afternoon, for example, we have a string quartet that we're playing for you during afternoon tea if you're wanting to do something like that. Of an evening upstairs in Horizons, we still have live music, live bands, discos, that sort of thing. And of course we do have a cabaret-style show lounge on the smaller ships as well, here on Insignia. So the entertainment is absolutely spectacular, really, really good.
Which is lovely, because that's a very, very important part of your journey as well, is having that variety of different things to be able to do of an evening as well, because it gives you choices, and you want choices, don't you, really, of an evening?
Of course you do. I mean, like you said earlier, maybe not every night you want to go out to dinner. We are doing a lot more casual dining as well, so it might just be if the guests don't want to dine in suite, for example, if they're in one of our penthouses or above, you can head down to the Terrace Cafe and just take a relaxed buffet. Outside we have pizzerias, trattorias, that sort of thing as well.
Sounds amazing. So we have 9 nights on board. Let's see where we're going then. We have a day at sea, which is always just dreamy on a ship like this, and we're into Oranjestad in Aruba. You can take a panoramic Aruba tour here, which is wonderful. See the schooner harbour and the California lighthouse, or there's a sea experience as well, which is lovely. A day at sea to Montego Bay in Jamaica. Again, it's one of those places that instantly from the name you're going to love being there. I mean, just look at that picture there. It looks amazing, doesn't it? Whitewater river tubing you can do if you're a little bit adventurous there, which would be quite nice. A day at sea, and we are along the Mexican Riviera. We're in Costa Maya first, where you can take a Mesoamerican barrier reef snorkeling tour here and dive into the waters here, which is lovely. It's the second largest coral reef system in the world. Who knew? Well, we do now. And then we move along to Cozumel. Cozumel is just wonderful. Something interesting quite to do here actually is a chocolate workshop with wine tasting as well. So you can learn how the Aztecs and the Mayans actually, made chocolate. And of course, yes, there are tastings involved. Of course, it's obligatory. It's got to be done really, hasn't it? We've got a day at sea, and we end in Tampa in Florida, and that is then where we will fly you back to the UK reluctantly by then. That's quite some journey we've taken there, isn't it, actually?
Honestly, I think I could go straight away, to be fair.
Yeah,
definitely. Really, it sounds fantastic.
Yeah, all of those places. And actually, that's the perfect time of the year to be thinking about that kind of destination, isn't it?
100%.
Complete escape from the everyday, and something very, very different. Of course, served up in style as well, with the finest cuisine at sea, amazing service on board, and of course, you're travelling with fewer people as well, which is amazing. Your deposit today for this, because this is some way into the future, obviously, is currently half price. So actually, just £250 per person deposit today will actually secure this for you as well. And we've also included your world inclusions, which are brilliant. So all of the gourmet specialty dining that Alex mentioned before, your soft drinks and taken care of, unlimited Wi-Fi, and it's Starlink Wi-Fi as well, which is super, super quick. It's brilliant. It comes from a satellite. I don't know how they do it. It's so clever. All of your shipboard gratuities are included, and wellness group fitness classes as well. If you would like to talk to the team about adding a beverage package to that as well, if you do like a glass of wine or a gin and tonic in the evening or whatever, think about the Prestige Select beverage package there, and you can reserve that in advance with our team as well on 0800 953 4701. So let's look over the offer and what's included in it. So your return flights to and from the UK, of course, we have a 2-night hotel stay in Barbados. Let's not forget that before we even sail, which is lovely, because that's a nice relaxing way to kind of set the scene for what we're about to do, Alex.
Oh, totally. I mean, if you're going to be taking a flight for that time, it's just nice to be in resort and get yourself ready, acclimatise to the time, as you say, and get yourself ready for a fabulous cruise. I must admit, I'd be very happy with 2 nights to stay.
Yeah, absolutely. And the half-price deposit offer makes it even more tempting to kind of jump in today and say, oh, actually, yes.
Yes, it is. To be fair with you, it's, as you say, it's half our standard deposit, and again, it gives you an opportunity to get in, as you say, nice and early, get yourself reserved, and know you're getting that cruise coming up. It's really fantastic.
And it might be a part of the world, this as well, that you are unfamiliar with. Actually, to have that extra kind of hand-holding in a way. There's a better way of describing hand-holding, but that kind of overall care that you get with this type of cruising kind of helps unfamiliar territory an awful lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And we, for most of the ports that you'll be visiting on here, we will have the team will come in from this particular port, from the port agent, and they'll be giving you maps or telling you what are the essentials to go and see. We'll also be doing talks on board the day before with what's upcoming for the port the next day, with history chats, that sort of thing. So you can be as immersed in this destination as you want to be, or you can just literally head to the beach.
And the great thing is, I'm guessing that actually Oceania also have a fair mix of passengers, people who are new, maybe new to the destination, maybe new to you as a cruise line, but you also have people that are well travelled as well, and that's quite a nice balance, isn't it?
We always do. I mean, we have a very, very loyal passenger program. The guys who've sailed with us for very, very many times. I mean, as I said, I've been with the company years, and I recognise some of the guys when I'm heading back on board. The staff have been with us for a long time, and the guests as well, who sail back to us. But again, it's that sort of level of service and that sort of level of attention to detail that brings new to guest people as well, because if your friends come back and tell you you've had a wonderful cruise, then you're going to take their word for it, and it's the easiest way to get on.
Yeah, that's the thing. And actually this luxury cruise sector, of which there are many different offerings out there, is actually one of the fastest growing in cruise right now, is it? Why do you think that is, personally?
I think potentially, as you've already alluded to, people are looking for a smaller ship experience, a more intimate experience. All cruising is absolutely fantastic. There is a ship out there for everybody, but I think particularly since after we've had that pause. We won't talk about that. Potentially people are thinking, you know what, this is time for a big holiday. I'm going to get out and I'm going to enjoy myself. And
it's about living as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and a lot of multi-generational trips as well now. So a lot of family members are now taking, mum and dad are taking their parents and the kids as well. So we're seeing a lot more of that as well.
And we'll touch on that a little bit more as we go through our next offer, actually, because, this is very tempting as well, actually. Sorry to say, but every offer is, we are heading off to Southeast Asia for Christmas and New Year next. And this is for this year as well. So if you thought the Christmas recently passed, you kind of think, right, okay, I could have been somewhere completely different. The weather was very grey and very wet. The snow didn't come at the right time, it came way after Christmas. Then how about this Christmas escaping and doing something else? Maybe for you it's celebrating big anniversaries, maybe it's saying goodbye to the world of work and doing something differently with your life as well. 23rd of December this year, we will fly from the UK out to Singapore for a 2-night hotel stay there. And they really do Christmas in a big way in Singapore. I've been looking at what happens there. There's a Christmas Wonderland, which is at Gardens by the Bay. They have Christmas lights displays, of course, as many major cities do as well. So all the shops and everything are decorated up for Christmas, which is amazing. Orchard Road is the place to go. Although don't break the bank on the diamonds before you've gone anywhere, would be my, maybe there might be an extra Christmas gift or two. There are Christmas markets there as well, which are wonderful to have a little wander around. And I think that's quite nice. Having 2 nights there is brilliant. You're there on Christmas Eve and you're there on Christmas Day, actually. And then we will join Serena. And we start with an overnight on board as well. So, again, regatta class.
Yes.
So, again, we're talking a smaller number of passengers. And I guess it's going to be suitably seasonal as well?
Oh, definitely, 100%. The guys take great care in the Christmas decorations that we have on board. I've seen some of the photos from on board over Christmas. There's trees up, we have the garlands up, everything as you would expect it to be. So just no turkey to cook.
Yeah, no, which is really good, isn't it? I think at this time of the year, where normally, a lot of us are catering for extra people. We've got people staying over in the spare room and the spare room and the spare room, and where are all the chairs and everything else. Actually being on a cruise full stop over this kind of time of year really kind of just lets the pressure out, doesn't it?
I would say so. I mean, I had this Christmas, I had my first Christmas away. I've never spent a Christmas away from home before.
Okay, so how did it feel?
Well, it was absolutely fantastic.
Admittedly,
we weren't on a cruise. We were away in a colder climate, but it was just great to wake up and just be completely relaxed. Again, as you say, experience all of the Christmas the Christmas expeditions and things for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
particular area you're sailing into.
Absolutely.
And see how different people do it. It's fantastic.
And how does cuisine work over kind of, festival times like the holidays? Because here we are, we're out in Asia, we've started in Singapore, we're not really expecting turkey and all the trimmings here, are we?
Well, we're not, but I would imagine you're still going to get that. There'll be no issues, but a lot of local cuisine as well. So,
Yeah.
Particularly in the specialty restaurants, our dishes don't tend to change. But when you're upstairs up into the buffet section, so to speak, into waves, should I say, we take in a lot of local produce, a lot of local recipes, and the chefs will be having a great time with cooking up all sorts of different concoctions. We have market dinners, chefs' market days, etc. So there's lots of different ways for you to experience the flavours of the destination you're sailing to.
I think everyone's going to love this particular trip as well, because it really is, it's time to switch off and kind of be really, really pampered, is it? I mean, even in terms of your accommodation and not having to lift a finger over this, particularly over this time of the year, because there's always extra things to do when you're at home. So actually, being away and discovering a completely new part of the world, it might be to you as well, because this is a fascinating itinerary, right, as well. We're taking in Vietnam and Cambodia and really interesting places in Thailand as well, and really taking a deeper dive into those places as well. And that's quite good, actually, isn't it? Having more time in a destination is always a plus, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's what we tend to do. So we will always, 99% of the time, we'll fly you to the destination, and that means that rather than setting sail from Southampton, so to speak, you've got more time to explore.
Absolutely.
And that's what our guests are looking for. You want to have more time in these ports to immerse yourself in the destination. Really, really take your time, get out and explore.
Absolutely. So our first night on board is in Singapore itself. Then we have a day at sea, and we're in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. We're here for an overnight as well. So that means we're here essentially for 2 days. So you can take up 2 different excursion opportunities if you wanted to. There's the Kai Rang Floating Market and Mekong Delta Tour, for instance, that you could take here. There's another shore excursion which really explores the old and new parts of Saigon as well, which would be lovely to do. Next day at sea is New Year's Eve, and on New Year's Day, see in the new year in Sihanoukville in Cambodia. Wonderful. There's a highlights tour here as well, where you can head to the Cable Che waterfalls there, which are very, very popular. There's lots more there to do. Koh Kud in Thailand. I don't think I've ever seen it on another itinerary before. There's a wonderful elephant sanctuary you can visit here as well, which just sounds idyllic. You can take a cooking class and a market tour here as well and do some Thai cooking, which would be awesome, wouldn't it? Next, we head to Koh Samui. Koh Samui, a lot of people hear about it, they know about it, they may have heard of other people who've holidayed there, but actually it's a place that very few people have seen. You can take a 4x4 safari through the mountains here, visit Grandpa and Grandma Rocks. I bet they do. Next to Bangkok, here's a place that rocks as well. We're here for an overnight, which is fantastic. So again, Bangkok, fascinating city in Thailand, such a city of contrasts as well, by day and by night, and you can enjoy both. You are there overnight before we then sadly disembark and have to fly back. But of course, all good things must come to an end. But the good thing is, I guess your team on board as well will help me with, I am loving this experience so much, I want to plan the next one while I'm here.
Yes, they will, 100%. We have a great team on board that will help you with that. So any fantastic, if you've had a wonderful cruise, they'll have access to all of the other itineraries that we offer. There will be offers on board as well. So again, if you've had the time of your life and you want to come back, by all means, you can take advantage of that.
And you have so many people who come back again year after year after year.
Year after year, 100%. It really is crazy. It always blows my mind. I always recognise some of the people on board. It's really fantastic. Because, again, we are talking about the smaller ships. There are, they're smaller, more friendly, convivial atmospheres on board. You can hide from people if you want to, or you can find people straight away.
Absolutely, and it is like a second home kind of feel as well, isn't it? And that's really important, especially when we're talking about Christmas and New Year. That's the time where you really want to feel homely, isn't it? But you want to be looked after at the same time. So here's an overview of the offer. Remember, half price deposits right now, which is fantastic, of just £250 each, which I think is amazing. It's almost too tempting, and I'm guessing that's why it's in place as well, just to make it a little easier for you to make that decision. Of course, if you want to have a full look through the itinerary and go into more details in the destinations, you can, of course, go via our website. It's cruise1st.co.uk/luxury. luxury, and just pop in that TV reference there, which is OC133. You've got the 2-night hotel stay in Singapore included here, 10 nights on board Serena over Christmas and New Year. It just sounds incredible. And once you've been away once over Christmas and New Year, maybe you've not had the chance or the opportunity to do it before, but maybe now kids have flown the nest, life has changed in some way, and you've got the opportunity to, I would say absolutely, grab it both hands, because you'll never look back. Honestly, you'll be away every single Christmas and New Year from them. It's an amazing experience. So we are talking Oceania cruises in this show. We're going to get the opinion of Jane Archer very, very soon as well, of course, the leading UK cruise journalist, with her insights on Oceania as well. But I want to go straight in to our next offer, because this has been so beautifully curated as an itinerary. It's incredible. If you ever wanted to see this part of the world, this is how you would dream up the itinerary. It's called the Kiwi and Coral Escapes package. It's 27 nights. It's a big one to go for, but why not? Life's for living. And how many times do we live? Just the once, I'm afraid. 27th of March next year, we'll fly you from the UK out to Auckland in New Zealand for a 2-night hotel stay before the most dreamy itinerary I think I've ever seen in this part of the world. Auckland's an amazing city to go and visit. Of course, it means again that we have some time to, it's a long journey to get out there, let's be fair. So we're getting ourselves back up the right way. We're getting ourselves in tune with the time zones and getting ourselves suitably refreshed. But there is a lot to see in Auckland, and you've got plenty of time to do that. And then we're on board Riviera. So slightly larger, Alex, this time, Riviera. We're in the Oceania class now. So slightly larger, we're looking around about 1,200 passengers.
1,200 guests here. They're slightly, as you say, slightly larger, so the staterooms are slightly larger as well. These ships, Riviera and Marina, have again been completely refurbished as well. Riviera was the first ship that I sailed on when I joined the company all those years ago. She's absolutely beautiful, but last year she had again a complete refurbishment from top to bottom. So she's looking better than new. And again, slightly more speciality restaurants to choose from, whereas on the smaller ships, you just have the 2 speciality to choose from. Here we're up to 4. And again, that's all included for you. So everyone's guaranteed at least one dining in those. And of course, if you want to go back and try again, if you speak to the maitre d' and he's got space, we'll take you back every time we can. And each time you come back, there's no cover charge. Really lovely. And
we were talking about enrichment, because enrichment is a big thing, and it's a broad word these days, isn't it? But actually, there are some really, really interesting ways to maybe discover parts of yourself you didn't really know, or discover some hidden talents, maybe.
Definitely. With Riviera, with Marina, with Vista and Allura, we have 2 different things that you might want to try. We have the first and original cookery school at sea here on Riviera. So it's a 24-place cookery school where you can come and learn to cook the dishes that we cook on board, or learn to cook the dishes for the areas which we're sailing into, which really does make a big difference. I mean, trust me, I can burn water, but I've done a couple of these classes on here, and they are absolutely sensational.
And did they stay? And are you still delighting your wife with them now?
No.
But a great experience.
Honestly, I loved every second of it. Really, really fantastic. And you've also got the artist loft on here as well.
This really interests me, actually, because one, it's a very, very inspiring space. Naturally, it's a beautiful space.
It is fantastic.
There's lots of different things you can do there as well.
100%. Yeah, we'll have an artist in residence for you, and you can come up again. It's first come, first served. So if you're on a sea day or something, or you've come back from a shore excursion early and you want to go up and experience it, you can do. So we do all sorts depending on what the artist specialises in. So it might be painting on glass, it might be watercolours, it might be oil painting. We also do lots of things like photography for first timers, or getting to know social media as well now. So there's lots of these classes that you can sign up to that, again, those will be complimentary for you, but the cookery classes, there is a charge for those. But again, it's a great opportunity for you, like you say, to experience parts of yourself. I mean, again, not the greatest artist, but I had a try last time with the painting on glass, and I loved it. It's absolutely fantastic.
It's about getting in and doing it, though, 100%. It? It's about having the experience, isn't it? And,
definitely.
And it's actually, it's about doing that as part of a holiday makes it even more memorable, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%, it really does. And, if you're good at it, we'll put it on the side for you. You can take it home with you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
proudly frame it at home.
Or on the
Right,
fridge.
well, get ready for one incredible itinerary here. It's just superb. 21 nights all told, going first into the Bay of Islands in New Zealand. You can visit the historic Waitingi Treaty Grounds here. A lovely, lovely stroll through Paia, which is known for its lovely beaches and very relaxed atmosphere. 2 days at sea, and here we are in Sydney, Australia for an overnight. So 2 days to just enjoy, explore, wonder. Of course, you port up right in the heart of the city as well. So you're there within the view of the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House, which is just stunning. There are thousands of different things you can be doing while you're in Sydney as well. Having the joy of the overnight means you can wander around the city in the evening, go and find a nice wine bar or something, you know, and just wander around. It's wonderful. And then we make our way around Australia, heading a couple of days at sea into Townsville. This is Great Barrier Reef territory, this part of Australia, so you can take a tour to the Great Barrier Reef. Of course, there are many other things that you can do here as well, including the Museum of Underwater Art. We head next to Cairns. You're looking at the Corunda Railway, the scenic railway there, which has a Sky Rail rainforest cableway as well, which just sounds amazing. Again, really lovely adventures that you can take as excursions with Oceania. You know, you can go and wander and visit these places as you want to as well. Couple of days at sea. We're now in Darwin. We're here for an overnight as well. So this is why for me this is the perfect itinerary, because when you've got overnights in these key places in Australia, because Australia is a long way away, it's a long journey, so you want to see and indulge in as much as you possibly can. You can head to the Territory Wildlife Park here in Darwin. There's the Litchfield National Park where you can take a tour there as well, go to the swimming holes. Hot air balloon experience might be quite nice to look into as well. A day at sea, we're somewhere completely different now. Komodo in Indonesia. You'll know the word straight away, the Komodo dragon. You've got to take the tour to go and see them in their natural habitat as well, which is wonderful, with a guided tour as well to keep you suitably far away. Next we head to Bali. Again, we're here for an overnight as well. I mean, this is, they call it the island of the gods, and every picture or every video or every dish that you see in Bali tempts you, and there are amazing tours here as well. You can go and visit the Tanalot Temple, you can head up to Ubud and the Monkey Forest and all the temples there, you can take culture tours. Oh my word, the list is absolutely endless. Bali's such an absolute paradise that you have to see. A couple of days at sea, we are into Singapore, and you spend your last night of the cruise in Singapore overnight, and then we leave, but we stay for another 2 nights in a hotel, which is rather nice, which it means you can again enjoy the best of this incredible city. Of course, we talk about Singapore here on the channels all the time because it's such a place. Have you ever been, Alex?
I've not been.
Okay,
but,
it's a place
we
you
were
need to
talking
go
about it
to.
earlier.
Yeah, it's a place you need to go. It's a place you need to see. It's a place you need to explore. But look at the journey you've taken there. When you see it on a map, you're like, wow, this is real. Now I feel like Phileas Fogg.
Definitely. I mean, the places that you'd be taking there. My brother lives in Australia, and he did a lot of travelling around Australia, and he always tells me that the difference that you'll see from Sydney up to Darwin is just insane.
Yeah.
It really is. You'll see so many different things, and the way the world changes just in that short space of time is crazy.
Absolutely. Well, I have to say, you know, at our company globally has a couple of businesses in Australia, so we are forever talking about Australian itineraries. This has to be, I have to say, my favourite Australian itinerary in terms of where you're going and the time you're spending in these places as well. Remember, your opportunity right now is to reserve this today, and I would do it sooner rather than later. Remember, this isn't a massive amount of people on board, around about 1,200 passengers. That's not a lot of bookings that we can take before this sailing sells out. It's not just on sale here in the UK, it's on sale around the world. I'm talking to Australian viewers about it as well. Half price deposit today, just £250 per person if you're thinking about this. Remember, there are so much, and there is so much included as part of your Oceania cruise as well. All of your gourmet speciality dining, soft drinks included, unlimited Wi-Fi, so you can do your own homework along the way, see what you want to do next. But there's lots of information on board, shipboard gratuities included, and wellness group fitness classes as well. Because remember, you are on a cruise and you do indulge just a little bit, so you might want to do that from time to time. To have that included is even better. So let's have a look at what's included in this offer. Of course, if you do want to talk to our team about adding a beverage package to that as well for your beers beers, wine, spirits, cocktails, etc. Again, you can reserve the Prestige Select beverage package with our team in addition to that. But I think as an overall, I mean, I think a lot of people naturally assume if I want to go to Australia, I'm going to have to throw tens of thousands of pounds at it anyway.
Yeah.
But actually, that's a great price, knowing that's a luxury cruise with lots of overnights, a fantastic itinerary. It is incredible. I would say to you, do not hesitate at all if you're liking the sound of this. 0800 953 4701 will get you straight through to our dedicated concierge team right now. And joining me now on the show to talk about the Oceania Cruises difference is the absolute encyclopedia of luxury cruise travel. It's Jane Archer. Welcome back, Jane. So the Oceania Cruises difference really is all about the food, isn't it? I mean, they say themselves the finest cuisine at sea.
Yeah, they do. Need I say more? It's all about the food, and it is. I mean, there are so many places that you can go and eat, the different styles of food that they have, and it's great stuff. I think that their figure is something like they have one chef for every 10 passengers. I mean, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? Yeah,
that's a lot of chefs on board.
That's a lot of chefs,
and that's a lot of freshly sourced ingredients from the destinations that they're actually going to as well. That makes a big difference too.
Yes, it does. Yeah, and the food. I mean, it is it is really good food. I mean, so tasty, so well prepared, served with style. The restaurants themselves are beautifully designed. It all kind of comes together. It's all about food.
And of course, your choice of all of those different dining options included as standard as well, which is, again, is lovely, isn't it? It means you can take your pick across all of the different choices. Yeah,
you can, which is really nice. Obviously, you've got the main dining room as well. We mustn't forget that, and because you get some absolutely amazing food in there. And I think it's on a Sunday. They do a Sunday brunch.
Oh,
it would be on a Sunday, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And it's so good. It really is. You know, obviously, go and help yourself to all of this most fantastic food that's all been freshly prepared there. It's a very, very special experience. But then, like you say, all the other restaurants there, and you can go into one, each one once, and then you can get in again if there's space available. And it doesn't cost anything extra. I mean, how fantastic is that? You can go into the Asian, you can go into Ember is one of the new ones that they've got on there, which serves what they call American comfort food. And it's got a lovely, very relaxed, very casual kind of style to it. It's for people who don't necessarily want the big dining experience, and so maybe they want to go in and sort of just have a meal and then go because they got the show to go to or whatever. So the evening doesn't become a 3-hour, 4-hour dining experience. So they've introduced that to make something a little bit different. Aquamar Kitchen, that was absolutely amazing. The only problem with that one is getting in because it is so popular, and it's kind of more healthy style food. Bowls and salads,
which is good actually, isn't it? Because a lot of people think with cruising you are constantly filling yourself with and gaining and all of the rest of it, but actually these days particularly the luxury cruise lines really are tailoring to everybody's needs, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and that is very much a misconception about cruising generally, but with Oceania I would say in particular, because this is not all about how much food you've got on your plate, it's about the quality of the food that you've got on your plate, and that's the important bit about the experience.
And of course, because you are sailing with fewer people as well, the overall experience is a lot easier as well, actually, isn't it? Even getting into ports, for instance, you're not waiting in long lines. There are shuttle services, and they do make a big difference, don't they?
Oh, they do, absolutely, yes. And yes, cruising with fewer people, it does it makes it for a much more relaxed experience, is how I would put it, because you're not always queuing or finding there are people here and there and everywhere. You have space. You have space to chill. You have space to relax. You can find your own little corner, and you can guarantee that the staff will know who you are, and they will recognise you. They will recognise what you enjoy. And it does make it a much more relaxed experience.
But still a lovely sociable affair as well, aren't they? These smaller ship cruising, I mean, it's a great way to actually get to know people and get to meet fascinating people too.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because when they are small like that, you do see the same person again. You might see them that evening, then the next evening, and the next evening, and you do create really good friendships with these people, and you get to know them. And they are fascinating people. They've all lived such amazing lives. That's one of the reasons why they can go on these cruises, because they have seen the world, and this is them doing the world now in a different way.
And you're talking also about the destinations that you're going to being very different than the traditional, cruise fare itineraries.
Yes, but I mean, obviously they do the popular ones, the popular ports, because they are popular for a reason. People want to go to Rome, they want to go to Florence and all those kind of places. But they can also go to some of the smaller ports as well. And sometimes there are ports you've probably never even heard of them, and you think, where on earth might that be? They've got two sizes of ships. So they've got the smaller ships, which only hold 700 passengers, and of course they can get into much smaller ports again. The next one's up, they're hardly big, just over 1,200 passengers. So again, they can get into the ports that the big ships can't reach and deliver a much more different experience.
So something that everyone should give a try if they are looking to broaden their travel horizons a little bit?
I would say so, absolutely. And I would also add to that, you don't have to be a foodie to go on board. You'll love it anyway.
Fantastic. Jane, thank you as always. It looks very, very tempting indeed. And our team of specialist cruise consultants are always on hand to make sure your journey of luxury is always first class.
With 25 years of travel expertise, when booking with Cruise1st, you can be sure that you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We work with all the major cruise lines to bring you the most comprehensive selection of exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and ATOL Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is always safe with us. We make it easy to budget for your dream holiday. With many of our deals, just pay a deposit today and you then have until your due date to pay the balance. Plus, we're one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 7,000 independent reviews. This all means that you can be fully confident when booking your next exciting adventure with Cruise1st.
And of course, Alex Farquharson is with me from Oceania, and I saw your face light up there with Jane's glowing recommendations there. And that's the story from so many people, isn't it? I mean, I guess that when you come back from one of these experiences, you go and spread the word to friends and family as well.
You do. I think, as I say, for me, myself, I mean, I've been with the company for 15 years this year. So again, I've been here for a long time. The brand is absolutely fabulous. But like you say, yes, the guests that come along, they have a great time. They go back, they tell their friends, and they become our first-time guests. So again, it's absolutely fantastic.
Are you finding as well that bigger family groups are going away these days?
Well, we do. Multi-generational trips is something that's growing quite significantly. So, as I said, mum and dad with the kids, and then the grandparents come along as well. So we do see a lot more multi-generational trips than we used to.
And we'll maybe touch on the family side of things as well, because you might be thinking, it's luxury travel. This maybe is just for you and your other half, and it's adults only. Very much not the case, actually, which is great. So let's go to the magical Med next with the Barcelona stay. This is for 9 nights, and this is for October next year. So if you've already got this year's plan sorted, let's get something in the diary for next year, something really special. We'll fly you first from the UK out to Barcelona. Barcelona, of course, I think we're all familiar with Barcelona, aren't we? I think we've all been to Barcelona one way or another. But, it is one of those places you could visit 1,000 times and do something different every time, Alex.
100%, yeah, I love Barcelona.
Yeah, it's a wonderful city, isn't it? I don't think you can ever tire of it. It's one of those cities that just always has something exciting. And of course, for us, the plus is the weather's always better. Simple as that. Sometimes it's the simplest things, isn't it? So here we are on board Nautica. So we're back on the regatta class again. Let's touch upon the families. Do you get a lot of families travelling?
We do, as I said, not huge amounts. There's no children's clubs on board. There's no children's facilities as such. But the guests who come with us, because we're off ship every day, if the kids are coming along, they tend to be just the same as mum and dad, want to get off and explore. So we don't have hundreds of children. Don't think we do, but we do have some.
But also, I mean, I'm guessing that these days you can provide all of the kids' facilities and everything else, but actually, you know, like a lot of us, we've always got a gadget in our hands.
Oh, definitely.
And the kids will spend most of the time, I guess, taking advantage of the Wi-Fi and saying, right, OK, well, I'll be watching whatever they're watching these days.
Well, the ones that I've seen on board have always got an iPad in their hand.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Again, beautiful ship on board. Very, very tastefully decorated. I love the fact that when you move from between different areas, when you move from place to place, it has a different vibe, it has a different feel, it has a different decor. Yeah,
I mean, definitely. I mean, for these smaller ships, I always think, you know, as I said, the friendliness and the conviviality of the staff is just brilliant. And as Jane was saying there, you know, when you've got just, 680, just shy of 700 guests on board, you can make friends with people so easily, and there's lots of places that you can meet up. I always think Martini's is one of my favourite bars that we have on board, particularly on the smaller ships. Again, very fantastic, beautifully done with wonderful leather chairs, and beautiful pianist will be in there each evening for you as well, half an hour on, half an hour off, and we do have casinos on board as well. So there's plenty for you to be doing, and like you say, yes, moving around the ship, there are lots of different feels.
And afternoon tea is a bit of an occasion, I believe.
4 o'clock, white gloved afternoon English tea service. If you've got any room left, it's one that I would suggest to go to do. So that's upstairs in Horizons. So you have beautiful views out to sea.
Nice.
We have the string. We have the string guys playing for you as well. So whilst you're having your white gloved afternoon English tea service, the fresh salmon sandwiches, the cucumber sandwiches, the scones, etc., etc. It's all complimentary, and it gives a great feel.
And do you have all the fancy teas as well?
We do, all the fancy teas.
Very good.
And if you want to have a coffee, that won't be frowned upon.
Oh, OK, that's all right then. That's allowed, is it? I didn't want to ask, really, but because you never know with these things, you know, is it in polite society, do we do it? Talking of impolite society, I think a lot of people think that for luxury cruising that you need to be some kind of property baron, or you need letters after your name, or you need, you know, special qualifications in some way. But it's actually very accessible to everybody, to everyday people.
100%. And of course, people also think that if you're saying luxury, then you'll be talking about, dinner jacket every night. That's not the case with us. We are completely relaxed and informal. So, the evening for the gents, it's a shirt and chinos, and the equivalent for the ladies. So, and you can take a jacket with you as well. So, yes, it is a lot more accessible.
Fantastic. So we're out of Barcelona. Our first port stays in Catalonia, actually in Palamos in Spain. Again, I've never seen that on an itinerary before. You can take a wonderful wine tasting tour here in the Penedès wine region, I believe is how it's pronounced. I've never had a bottle from there. I must try one at a time responsibly. We're off down to Marseille next, to Provence, where, of course, you have so much there to go and see. Cassis and the Calanques is a wonderful boat tour that you can take down to the fishing village in Cassis, which is wonderful. Ajaccio, we're in Corsica next, which is wonderful, very French as well. You can take a lovely nature reserve boat tour here and see the landscapes of the nature reserve nearby, which is lovely, beautiful. Next, we're off to La Spezia in Italy. Of course, this is great for Cinque Terre. It's great for so many sites around this part of Italy. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's just stunning. I mean, wherever you are in Italy, it's very glamorous. It's very, very beautiful. There are lots of shore excursion opportunities. We're in Olbia next in Sardinia. This is gorgeous. You can take a guided tour through the Moon Valley, the Valle della Luna, to experience the lovely rock formations and the scenery there. And there are sea caves and many other things too. We're in Naples next. Take a boat tour down to Capri, maybe see the Blue Grotto or the Gardens of Augustus, or just wander the charming town itself. Again, you have lots and lots of opportunities. Here's one for you, Alex, as well. You can go and meet a piazziolo, I think they're called, which is a pizza chef, and go and learn how to really do it. Really do it in style. That would be great to do. There's a new skill to come back and impress everyone with. Again, you look at that itinerary on the map and you think, my word, I've covered a lot of ground there over 7 nights, of course in sheer style and luxury on board, of course with so many inclusions. You've got the opportunity to book this today with a half-price deposit as well, by the way. I almost want to apologise for that because it makes it too easy, doesn't it? £250 each today to get this booked, to get it in the diary and to know that it's happening. And there are so many inclusions on board, of course. You've got the luxury, you're cruising with fewer passengers. You're going to ports that not all of the major cruise lines go into. You've got all of that beautiful gourmet speciality dining to choose from and enjoy as part of your fare. Soft drinks included, unlimited Wi-Fi. So if you are taking younger members of the family with you, They can be there with their tablets and their gadgets and everything else, and they can be streaming to the world and all the rest of it with the Wi-Fi on board, which is brilliant. Gratuities included. Fitness classes included. You won't be seeing me at those. Maybe the pizza making class, not the fitness class. But the fitness class is included as well if you want to, if you're up and about at that time of the morning. So let's have a look at what's included in this offer as a whole. I'd definitely go to the cooking school, though. I mean, that would be a brilliant thing to do, wouldn't it?
Not on the ship.
Okay.
But you can still do the speciality tours as well so we can still do the tours, take you
Oh,
up.
okay, so I can go to the pizza making tour.
You can still do that, yes.
In Naples. That would be lovely to do. I always think, actually, if you do come back with a new dish or something you really love, you know, it almost feels like that holiday gave me even more than I expected.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've done many of these cookery classes and, these cookery tours where you come back and you think that was absolutely incredible. And the first thing you do is try and recreate it as soon as you get home. It's never quite the same, but it always sticks with you.
Yeah, you've got to give it a try, haven't you? Try everything once, twice if you like it, isn't the phrase? So listen, if you are ready to book with that ultra low deposit as well, call our team now on 0800 953 4701. Now, it's funny, isn't it? When we talk about cruise holidays, we're usually talking about the other side of the world somewhere. We're always talking somewhere else. And we forget sometimes we are surrounded by the most incredible scenery, the most awesome beauty, and a history which is so fascinating to discover. So we've got another itinerary which is golden right now. It's called the Unbound British Isles. It's for 11 nights and it's for the 26th of May next year. And it's in and out of Southampton. So if you don't fly, you prefer not to, or you like to cruise local to the UK, this is perfect for you. We're on board Insignia this time for 11 nights of cruising. And these itineraries, I mean, they sell out of the door, don't they, around the UK?
100%. I mean, particularly, like we said, since our slight pause, you know, people have probably started to look a little bit closer towards home. And, and the joy of sailing from Southampton as well is that you don't have to worry about luggage allowance or anything like that, so you can take whatever you need. But some people do want to stay closer to home. And I've got to say, having sailed around the UK over the last couple of years, as you said there, some of the scenery is second to none. It's absolutely spectacular.
I think another attraction of an itinerary, and indeed the size of ship here as well, is that people who maybe don't get around as well as they used to are starting to slow down a little bit. Actually like the fact that this is a smaller ship, there's more on offer, you know, there is that kind of comfort in that as well, isn't there?
Well, definitely, and as we've touched on as well, you know, the staff are absolutely fantastic. You'll be well catered for on board. They will look after you from top to bottom, from the minute you step on to the minute that you step off. So, yes, it's perfect for all age ranges, really, to be honest. But like we said, to stay a little bit closer towards home, you know, it is a great experience.
And I think if you've never moved into luxury cruising before, the price territory we're talking about here is not outrageously what you imagine it might be, given the calibre of the offering on board. I mean, you can go to any city here in the UK, you can stay in a nice 5-star hotel for one night, and yes, you've seen a lovely room and you've seen a lovely restaurant, which you've paid dearly for, and then that's it. So it's like blink and you miss it, and it's done. And actually, to kind of eke out that experience, but then add to it and add more layers to it. You know, it's not just about your room and what happens at dinner time.
Yep, exactly.
There's so much more.
There is a lot more to it, definitely. And as we said, yes, your specialty dining is included as well. So you've got your main dining room, your specialty restaurants, you know, teas, coffees, bottled waters, you know, when you start to add those on. But the fact that we actually include them, when you strip it back, as you said, and you look at the value for what's included, it really is second to none.
Well, to have a steakhouse included in the offering, I mean, you know, if you go for a steak sandwich at lunchtime somewhere,
100%.
You know straight away.
We had steak a couple of weeks ago while we were away on holiday in New York, and I've got to say it was fantastic, but very expensive. So again, to have that included, plus also have the beautiful Toscana restaurant as well included for you, their Italian restaurant, absolutely beautiful. Yeah,
incredible. And just look at the surroundings as well. Space, calm, serenity, and yet great fun. You know, there's lots for you to get involved in. There are a lot of lovely occasions that happen on board as well. And we'll maybe touch upon those in just a moment. Let's take this fascinating journey around the UK. So we're out of Southampton, we have a day at sea, and we're up to Newcastle. And you're looking there, I believe, at Bamborough Castle, which is absolutely beautiful. And you can visit Lindisfarne, of course, the Holy Island. I mean, this part of the world gets overlooked all of the time, I think because not a lot of cruises go in and out there, actually. Then we head up to Edinburgh. Oh, my word. We're heading up to Rosyth. Beautiful. Take a journey out to Loch Lomond and the Trossachs here. It's got to be seen. The beautiful, beautiful countryside. Yes, I can't guarantee you the best weather in the world, but the scenery is spectacular. Next, we are heading to Aberdeen. Of course, when in Rome, there's a whiskey distillery tour here. Kind of needs to be done, really, doesn't it, in this part of the world? Or you can head through Royal Deeside as well, head through Braemar, which is beautiful. Next, we head to Lerwick in the Shetlands. This is such a charming little place. It's beautiful. Visit the Jarlshof Viking ruins here as well, which are really, really nice. Or you can spend time with Shetland ponies at a local farm, which would be quite nice to do as well. Next, we head to Stornoway. You have to say it like that. Everyone says it like that. In the Hebrides here, the Callanish Standing Stones is the circle that you're seeing there right now. Dates back over 5,000 years. You can explore that. You can go on a Stornoway safari as well. Belfast is next, the Giant's Causeway. You have to stand there and see it. No picture, no video does it justice. You have to be there and you have to see it. Belfast, such a warm welcome as well. Such a lovely city, and the food is fantastic as well. I have to say, you have to have lunch in Belfast. To Dublin next we go, and quite aside from the obvious things that you might want to do in Dublin, you can take a traditional Irish music and dance show, which would be lovely to do as part of a shore excursion, or have a scenic drive through the Wicklow Mountains. Very nice indeed. Next, into one of the ports for Cork, where you can take a scenic drive into Kinsale, which is the gourmet capital of Ireland, nicely in step with your cruise there as well, with lots of fine restaurants and pubs there. Or you can tour the Jameson distillery. So you can do quite a lot of tasting on your way around here as well. I saw your eyes lighting up every time I mentioned one of those, Alex. But it's good to do, isn't it? It's good to come back with that knowledge. It's good to say, yes, I had some fine... can't remember what it was, but, you know, it was... What a lovely afternoon it was.
Oh, definitely.
And the great thing is, when you come back from an excursion, of course, if you need to have a bit of a cheeky nap before the evening's entertainment, then...
Right back into your room, have a quick nap, or if you need some more food, you can head up to the Terrace Cafe. There's all sorts for you to do.
Sounds perfect to me. And of course, you come back into Southampton, having not had to check in at an airport. So if you prefer not to fly, you don't fly, or you just like the idea, actually, of doing something different that actually is just around the corner from us. Perfect. Deposit, again, on this, for a limited time only. We have half-price deposits available right now, so just £250 each. And remember, there is so much included. Not only the wonderful places that you're going to around the UK, around these glorious islands of our own, but you've got all of that gourmet speciality dining on board. You've got soft drinks taken care of. You've got unlimited Wi-Fi, the gratuities, and as we mentioned before, those group fitness classes. And I can add a little bonus to that for a very limited time indeed, which is somewhere to park the car in Southampton. We are going to include that as well, but that is a very, very limited time offer. So we can also... So get it booked right now, because we will sort all of that out for you as well. And it's wonderful. It's nice and easy to drive down into Southampton. We'll take care of the parking for you as well as everything else. We are good. We are good to you. Let's have a look at what's included in this offer. Take advantage of that, because there are very few itineraries like this, Alex, sort of across the year. There aren't many of these, are there?
Not many at all, and they are ridiculously popular. I mean, as you've said, those places you think they're on your doorstep and maybe they don't cross your mind, but once you've been there and you've seen it, and to do it on a cruise is absolutely sensational. It really is. I mean, it brings back memories when you're talking about Edinburgh and stuff like that.
Yes.
You know, really just gorgeous places.
Yeah, places you might have dipped into many, many years ago.
Yep.
And you know, you might have friends or connections that you can meet up with in these places as well.
Perfect. Exactly the same as we've done in Dublin, meet up with friends as well, so it does make a difference.
It's great. It's brilliant. It's a really, really good way of truly, truly travelling. Now listen, there are many, many, hundreds, I guess, Alex, of other itineraries that we could be talking about on the show.
So many. So many.
We featured 5, and there are hundreds more. So pretty much every region of the world we can travel.
Definitely. I mean, we sail in the summer. We're in the Mediterranean. We're in the Baltic. We're in Canada, New England. We're in Alaska. There's some gorgeous itineraries out to that part of the world.
word.
And then in the winter, we're in South America. We're through the Panama Canal. We're in the Caribbean, India, Asia, Australia, as we've touched on, Japan. There's some absolutely gorgeous itineraries. We've got everything from 7 nights to around the world in 180 days.
Well, and I think for me, the testament for me is that you yourself took your honeymoon.
I did. I didn't even have to have my arm twisted. It was my choice, so I was very happy.
Yeah.
Really loved it.
And actually, that's a really, really nice thing to do. If you are celebrating, you don't need to be celebrating a special occasion.
No, you don't. I mean, we have lots of
enjoying
people
this.
have birthdays on board, significant birthdays, or, it's a nice holiday experience. For some people, as you said, for the Australia itinerary, it's a great way of seeing that part of the world. It really is, without going to Sydney for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You just sail to different places and see so much.
Well, and I don't think you want the hassle of different travel arrangements going on all the time, do you?
No,
You want somebody else to take care of everything, and you just want to enjoy the holiday.
Definitely.
At the end of the day. You don't want any anxieties or worries at all, do you?
Exactly, 100%.
Alex, thank you so much. I'm sorry we've run out of time, but you'll have to come back again and see us.
Oh, my pleasure, thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, my word, some real food for thought. You might well want to watch the show. Again, I think I would want to, actually. There are lots of offers there that are very, very tempting indeed. Listen, thank you for your company as well. Call our team of dedicated concierge experts, 0800 953 4701, and I will see you back for another show soon.